Hey, 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 hey! So, greetings and salutations to you, people of the interwebs. So, it's that time of year, uh, the beginning of the year, to reflect back on 2019, have a Bailey's, go through the oh, I'm out of practice here. The top 10 Transformers, my favourites at least, of the year, with you. Well, before we go on to that, let's just have a quick recap, as it were. Well, I say a recap, that's more of a sip of a glass cup. Cracking brass cup of Bailey's. Classy, motherfucker. So, yeah. It's been a year. It's been a year. I feel I've been stretched thin, while at the same time getting wider. Just everything's been busy. Playing a lot more Dungeons and Dragons, doing a lot less videos of Transformers. But you know, lots of work and all that type of stuff. So I'm fine. I'm doing well. It just feels like I've just been a bit busier than I've not been able to do as much videos as it were. It feels like the entire, in some parts, you know, especially with this Copa stuff that's got a lot of people flapping, that, you know, Transformers YouTube videos in a whole have kind of, people have been struggling, but other people have been doing great, and it's nice to see that some people are doing really, really, really well. At the moment with the channels and videos and all that type of stuff. So I hope they continue to grow and continue. I myself have recently hit 700 subscribers, which is still 600 more subscribers than I thought I ever would hit. And thank you again for the people who are continuing to support me. And we do hope to, in this next year, take a look at more Transformers as and when we receive them. Get up to date with the comic book stuff. I know it's not the most popular with some people, but you know, I enjoy doing it, and I hope that those who enjoy it also enjoy my take on what's going on in the comic books at this moment in time. But with that said, so yeah, thank you very much for those who have subscribed to me, continue to watch my videos. It is appreciated, and here's to a fantastic 2020. Now let's have a look what 2019 had in store for us. At number 10, it is this guy. This is the masterpiece Megatron, the toy version of it in his chrome. Came out right at the beginning of the year. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I've transformed it once. It was scary with all this chrome going on. Yeah, I've kind of got him in a kind of box art position on my shelf. Not touched him since, but he's great. And you know, he has at a prime, or a Megatron rather, place in my collection ever since. It's just, yeah, he might as well be a statue. And opposite of that, I think, is, we'll make number 9, Transformers Siege Spinister. This guy is freaking nuts, yo. Oh, he is. His articulation is fantastic. His paint's great. He holds together really well. And he's a deluxe price point. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. The way that the blades just stay in place there in robot mode. The way he's got, you know, a butterfly, a bicep swivel, a double jointed elbow, and a wrist swivel just is amazing. He's got these just legs that just go beyond the Van Damme and the Full Monty. They just, you know, he's just, whoa, look at, just so crazy. And I love all the details and the cockpits on his legs. I love all the tech details in his chest. They've done, and those sunken eyes. Oh, bravo! That is really kind of. He's certainly the best. I'm saying he's the best deluxe for the year, but you know there is another deluxe that's higher, and those who know me will already know what it is. So, number 8 is Masterpiece Black Arachnia. Absolutely gorgeous. The paint, everything is exactly what you'd expect. It does transform somehow into kind of a spider, but it's just so very delicate, and she does feel like handling a SH Figure Arts or some kind of Reveltech figure, but it's also a transformer and does, you know, have a transformation mode. But again, she's one that just feels so delicate, and for that price point, to kind of just have what essentially is an action figure, because it and some loose bits here, and you know, it's just a little bit. Could have just done with being a little bit tighter, and I just feel like maybe it's just a little bit bigger. I know the Beast Wars stuff is in scale with each other, but for the price point to be kind of this size, it's a bit. I know a lot more engineering's gone into this, but you know, it's a sore point. It's a sore point, but still, she is lovely. Next up, 7. Number 7, MMC Ocular Max Azalea. So this is part of their MMC's MP line rather than their Chugster piece line. Absolutely love it. Love it. She's got a very kind of robust articulation that gives her like a plucky energy. I've got the Fans Toys Rogue, who, you know, is very statuesque, but there's a very such a plucky little nature, a little bit impish about go get 'em tiger kind of attitude that MMC pull off with their RC that just isn't there with Rogue. She's, yeah, I just love that. Oh yeah, come on, yeah, plucky. It's got a lot of character, and that's why she's in my top 10 for the year. Oh, so I'd put us to. That was number 7. So number 6, I should have brought these on post-it notes. I was just gonna before I started doing this video. Go, I'll just make a list on post-it notes, but no. It won't be the same. It wouldn't be the same if I actually did preparations for these. So we're going for a bonus, like 3 figures for one top 10 number here at number 6. It's the holy shit. Whoops, gone out of my brain. New Age? Well, these New Age? Just doing New Age, weren't they? They weren't Bad Cube. Or, who's the other ones? Magic Square. No, these are New Age because they're very tiny. They're like the Bumblebee, yeah. Insecticons, just so tiny, so intricate, just all the details, and the typical Insecticon, but so minute level of the transformation and all the little accessories they come with and everything. It just makes a really cool team at such a small level, and it's brilliant. Absolutely. I mean, using Spinister as a deluxe here, even though he's plenty tall for a deluxe, this guy, it's still, oh look, just tiny little guys, but works so well. Number 6 for a lot of them. Yep, number 5, Toy World. Old man tank guy from Transformers The Last Knight. Bulldog was his character name. I have no idea what his third party silly name is. He's a tank. He's an old English dude, and this is probably one of the best paint jobs I've come across on a third party Transformer, or any Transformer really. Just the weathering effect, the greens, the little painted symbols on him, the bits of random metal, and then it's all weathered again, and on the tracks, the detail on the tank treads, it's outstanding. And the fact that, I mean, he's got a transformation, he transforms, he's got silly legs, but he is a square that turns into a robot at the end of the day. So he's not the hardest of Transformers to figure out, but he transforms really well, and he does the job, and he looks like the character in both modes. So he's done a really good job. I mean, Toy World have had the struggles with the year. They seem to be announcing a lot more stuff than they're actually releasing, and they had the problem with the designers from when he went on to form Zeta. And took the tools with them, or the toys with them, because they were the guys that designed them and hadn't been painted properly. So that Toy World for a time felt like we thought that was going to be the end of it now, but they found kind of the new raison d'etre, a new spark in life, and that's to do these movie toys and have them painted absolutely brilliant. So that's some way that you stand out in that third party toy line, really, isn't it? Is everyone's doing the same type of figures, but if you can corner the market in one particular element, and that's for these guys is the paint. So this is one of the best painted figures I've encountered, and that's why it's number 5 on the list. Number 4, this guy, MMC again, the second entry. It's a top 10. This is their Assaultus, the Masterpiece style Springer. Oh, he's a beast. It's just a big chunk of metal and plastic, and he transforms really well, and he's lots of fun to pose around with, which is, again, kind of MMC's niche in the market, as it were, whereas they might sometimes not have the best sculpt work or nail the character accuracy as some of the other companies do, which is still pretty damn cool, this Springer, regardless. But they always seem to have a way of just making them more posable in a playable way, or just a fun way than some of the other companies do. They always, they always want to have the figures be something that you can pick up and mess around with, rather than other companies are more like, well, it looks like the car and it looks like the robot, but you might not want to play around with it too much. Whereas this encourages it, and it's just a big solid chunk of ratchets and metal and stuff, and it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. That's why he got to number 4. Number 4. Number 3 on the list. Let's look how many I've got left. That'll sort it out on it. It's this guy. Now, this is TFC Toys, another company that's kind of been around for ages, but don't seem to a moment of really have a place in the market. They seem to be doing some quite outdated stuff. But this, the Sgt Commander, which is a G.I. Joe style Rolling Thunder Optimus Prime. They've done several versions of this. This is the one in the military paint job. And oh boy, because this is like a combination of Bulldog and Springer. It's got the amazing paint, the amazing this camouflage job. It's just, oh, and then it's all got these different tech details and things like that. So yeah, they've done an amazing job. Like Bulldog has done paint, there's not as much weathering, but you know, it's still that camouflage is really outstanding. But then he's also got that chunk and playability of Springer, with the added bit that there's all these accessories that plug in to give him powered up modes, and you can, you know, take it apart and form bases if you wish. He's got these huge missiles on his back, these die-cast guns. Everything is really kind of and just such an excellent fit and finish, and just sexual ratchets, elbows, ankles and elbows. That's what it's all about, really, isn't it? You know, oh, really, bravo. TFC, bravo. Now this is where we remind you that this is my favourite Transformers of the year. Not necessarily the best. I think some of these may qualify for the best Transformers of the wheel of the year of 2019, the year just gone. But number 2, it's a 2 for 1 again. It's a fistful of impactors. Look at that, official impactors in the main line of Transformers Siege impactor. Now this is the guy, the standard release. This is the guy from the double pack. One of them has more of a G1 comic book head, and the other one has an IDW comic book head. And for some reason, there's also has a Decepticon logo, and for reasons of how he was when he was in the comic book bits set in the past, there's got some hazard stripes because he was a miner. He was mates with Megatron. So yeah, so we've got 2 impactors. I was really excited that they were making an impactor in the main line of Transformers, but I didn't hold up much hope because compared to where we were with the Power of the Prime stuff, the Power of the Prime stuff had really disappointed me and kind of made me think that was it now for mainline Transformers, that they're never going to have anything decent ever again. And we were wrong with Siege, because Siege was amazing. Siege has been amazing. The figures in Siege are fantastic. And then they showed the first images, you know, the CGI renders of what this guy was going to look to, and it looked awful. He'd won this fan vote to what character they wanted to make in a 2-pack or something like that. He won the vote for him and Mirage. And yeah, the CGI renders looked awful. Mainly, and then pictures of these things here, these gaps in his legs, which really, when I look at this figure, I barely notice them. It's only when you kind of, you have to go and look at, oh my god, they are big. The big blooming gaps in his legs. But honestly, if he's on a shelf or something like that pose, you hardly notice it. Sometimes the lighting plays tricks on it and you can't even hardly see it at all. Other times the lighting plays tricks on it and they look as big as they blooming are. Other times his legs are at an angle that you can't notice them. So they're not that bothered. And I can't be bothered paying people who are doing these, you know, upgrade packs to put blocks in those, because, you know, they're not needed for transformation or anything like that, those holes. So you could just fill them up and they'll be gone. I think if someone did an upgrade kit that had those fillers and a better harpoon, then I might be in business. But as soon as they're not offering both at the same time, then whatever. I'll cope. I'll live with the holes in his legs. But yeah, this figure, man, he's not got double jointed elbows, but he's got his butterfly shoulder joint. Well, shoulder joint, and bicep swivel. Nice elbow. Got some things going on with where his wrists are, so you can plug that in. There's kind of a ab swivel. You can use the transformation joint to give him a bicep swivel. It's got all the stuff going on in the legs. He's got a really interesting transformation that basically the lower half of him turns into the lower half of the tank, and the upper half turns into the upper half of the tank. So if you want a walking tank, you can have a walking tank. If you want a tank tread with a guy's torso sticking out the top, you can have that. It's, multifaceted, whatever use you can have with Impactor. And it's blooming Impactor in a main line of Transformers in 2019. And that's why he's my number 2 choice for best Transformer. Or most favourite Transformer 2019. Many of you who know me know that I'm not a big fan of the movie series. And then last year, a character from the movie series made it to my number 1 on my Transformer list. And those of you who know me, with a TF Nation this year, might have an inkling of which guy has made it to number 1. Who is my favourite Transformer of the year? Bumblebee. 3A Bumblebee. Gorgeous. Just absolutely gorgeous. All the details. All of the spines on these guys. All of the spines. Just how much they have stuck in there. His little bee antennae. His head sculpt. Everything that's going on with his lights and stuff, and his beetle design there in his chest. Gorgeous. Just the detail that's actually in those light up eyes, so that you can actually see, the round circles that, characterized him, made you kind of fall in love with him in the movie. Such a great movie. And just how they've pulled off this design of Bumblebee. And his boots, man. His boots. They're just... Oh, such a sweet boy. It comes with some great, accessories and hands and all that type of stuff you expect of this type of release. And I bought this guy at TF Nation, and he's just a game changer, really. Absolute game changer. So that's it, really. He's number 1 in my top 10 Transformers. Just the lights on his boots. He's got the rear lights on his boots. The back of his boots. It's just such a cool design movie, and just all the weathering again. I'm a sucker for weathering. And just all the tech details of just here, there, and everywhere. Yeah. There's indicators on his hips. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I was trying to end the video, but ended up just carrying on talking about Bumblebee. That's just the way of it, isn't it? That's just the way we are with our figures. Number one. Number one. So that's a top. I don't know how 2020 is going to top this. If I'm going to have a another movieverse figure that, movieverse design, and this one doesn't even transform. Game changer, absolute game changer. With that, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. You can find me as Bisto Yeti on YouTube, obviously, as you're watching this, and Twitter and Instagram. It's so easy peasy. It's lemon squeezy. Shirts. Get your shirts for sale. This is a Matthew Deluxe Baldwin original with his Crapagonics. Like, shares, Care Bears, all that. Yay! Be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes. Because you deserve it. Let's bump fists, shall we? Fisto! Fisto!